live on another channel. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll try and find you a link to this next live. Just give me a second. Just let me see. Copy link. Okay, here. That's a new link, okay? For those of you who are not there, this is a new link. Somebody please go to the other channel and tell them I'm no longer there. Please go to the other channel and tell them I'm no longer there because my camera's frozen. They won't let me start this up. Let me see, leave page. Let's see what they do to me. All right? They won't let me... They don't let me start this up. Let me see. Okay, so who's here? I'm start up on another channels. Go to my other channel. Go to my other channel. And send me some likes. I don't know. I never see this. Let me see. Anybody else can do that, right? Let me see. Let me see what we can do here. All right. So I don't know what's happening. So let me see. Select October. Done. Just want to see what's going on. Next. 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 Done. This is really kooky because now I'm like, yeah, so now I'm like with this camera and that camera. I don't know where I am. There's just two of me going here at the same time. Just give me a second here. Let me see where I am here. So, where are we? Let me go here. You take these words here, copy, paste, copy, back here, okay, here. I don't know. It seems like they do this to me all the time. I only see one person here. Okay, so I have this live over here, and there's nobody here anymore. So we're going to have to shut down one of them. Okay, we're going to shut one of them down. Please, there's got to be somebody here. Come to my new link. Come to my new link. I don't want to start until I'm joined. Come to my new link. Let me see, what is this? What's going on here? Let me see this. Let me see what's going on over here. So this is the one. Okay, thank you. Great, because, okay, great. So I'm going to repeat the words blank with, right, let's take that off. Let's go here. Okay, this is a good one here. I got two links going. I have two links going on two different machines right now. Okay, and I'm not even sure which one do I have to take off. Yes, this one over here. I got to close it down. Is this live? This can't be live. This can't be live. This one. I've got to end. Okay, that's not live. Okay, let me see this here. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, eh? My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Just want to see who's up here. Okay. So I've got 2 up and running. So let me see which one this is. Oh boy. I've got that one running, and okay, that's this one. Let me see if I can play it. Okay, that's great. See which one this is. Oh boy. Okay, I've got this one running, and I've got this one here. So I've got 2 of them running, 2 lives going presently. There's only 1 person here. I'm gonna wait, right? I'm gonna wait. Let's see if we can talk. If you have something to ask me, this is very, very sad. I don't like to see this, right? I don't like to see this, but I'm doing 2 of them right now. If one doesn't work, we're going to go to the other one. There were 7, 8, 9 people here 2 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden they're all gone. Why are they doing this? I don't know. It shows 1 person watching, and that's me. 2 new links for those who are watching me, for those who send me messages in any of the links that you have or emails. I'm going to start in a minute when a few people show up. I'm doing this on 2 different instruments. 1 instrument, okay, and they're acting right away when I act, so this is good. I'm working on 2 different instruments now. If one of them stops, jump to my other channel. I don't like to do this. I have to look online and check to the... Yeah, so let me see this. Just give me a second. I gotta look at this thing over here. Da, 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 da. Okay. Salut, salam, shalom. Hi, how are you? You can ask me anything you want to know about numbers, where we find the numbers, where the numbers show up, what they can possibly say by what and where I found the numbers. If we're talking about hockey, football, cards, whether it's professional or amateur. If we're talking about an alphabet, if I don't know the alphabet, I'll just look at the spelling of the word of where it comes from so we can see what dimension it sets, where the cube lies, right? This, you might not, you think this is not the cube, but this is the cube. This is just one piece, right? If I have only 4 of them, it's a 2 cube. If I have 6 of them, it's a 3 cube. That's right. 4 and 6, that's the only difference between the core. That's all I have to know. 20% away from 5. So I see 4 have showed up here, so that's good. I'm where you are, Mahu Simon, that's good. So just give me a minute. I am taking a 2-minute break. Okay, after I got this settled, I am on 2 different elements. Both of them are live. One is on one machine, the other's on another. They keep shutting me down. And for those of you who want to know that why I like to wear this when I do my videos, I like to stay warm in my head, you know. The computer is running, the mind is going. I hear myself. I want to block out what's around me right now. You know, this is nothing to do with religion. I don't follow anything. Actually, I can't even tell you that because I do follow something. I follow the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I know that the heart of everything is going to be my end decision based on everything I know for the 61 years that I've been here on this planet. I've been within my own mind. I know that I don't even have to move. From every choice I make, I have committed it myself. If I had to remake an island and nobody was there, right, I'd make everybody and teach all my children to be like me with the ability to speak and tell me different and explain themselves why. So that on the 7th day, when it became the day of rest, and now there's some people saying it was 8 days and 9 days, it doesn't matter. I work with different elements in time. The before, yesterday, and after cycles, the small, medium, and large cycles, the average of my heartbeat, Look at my heartbeat in 20 seconds. Well, what did it do in 2 seconds? What did your heartbeat do in 1 second? Can you have that measurement? The analytics of everything that has ever existed forever. Planet equals 68. Automatically, it tells you that you're split between two worlds. Both the cat and the dog are within the planet. The word 10 backwards in planet is number 39 or 93. If you want to read it backwards, it's Saturn. Saturn is number 93. It says the skies of Saturn, the rings of Saturn in there, our base dog planet, okay? Although our communication is through the dog, which is the soul, we bring the spirit within, which is the cat, right? We're going to take a 2-minute break. I'll walk around the apartment. I'll talk again. Try and remind me of the dog and the cat. Transparency of our Creator is with us. And if no one ever did create us, I'm just going to tell you the story, how everything connects. From the deck of cards, from home games to casino games, from professional hockey, baseball, football, soccer, darts, rollerblading, inline skating, the 100-yard dash, the 36 inches in a yard, the 12 inches to a ruler. From Pharaoh, being able to be known at the pharmacy as a Ramses, and when you put on the Ramses, you'll never have the firstborn, let alone any born at all. And born, the born identity, born from the sky system, sky equaling to 55, sky pass 55, 55. Where does the 55, what does the 5 do? What is the 5? Tell me about 5. In position 5, in the fourth mirror dimension is Muhammad, is Messiah, is energy, is Jesus, is cross. Why are all these words relevant? They all end up in the 5th house, in the E world. It seems like we all play through the Kaaba. Every one of these words comes out of the Kaaba. 7 and 4 for the 7 months of 31 days, which is your cycle of 31, 3 by 31, or 1/3 to the day, and the 62 to the night. In the house of Saturn, 31, 31, 31, 93. To what is the angel? 39 or 3 by 13. To what is the cycle of the 3 years and the 1 year? To where in the 1 year we have the 29th day, which is now February 29th. And now you will run 11 straight months, 12 straight months, 11 straight months. In the 12th month, you'll have a 29th day. For another 11 months, you'll run 23 months with a minimum of 29 days in it. While the other days will be 7 months of 31 days and 4 months of 30 days. 7 and 4, 4 and 7. The beast. The house equals to 68. Planet equals to 68. And inside within planet is 10. 39 plus 29 equals to 68. $39 and $29 coming together. All you're missing is 19. That's AI bringing two systems together to live here. That is ABCD, and I'm going to go back and show you the ABCD. Also, those piano keys, the separation with the piano keys. Also, we're going to maybe talk about a little bit about the one-eyed king, the one-eyed patch-eyed pirate, spirit, pirate, pi 8, right? Pi comes in, what is a division of 3? 7 is that division of 22. That is 3. 3-point blank. Irregardless, it's in the 3rd house. 3, it's in the house of creation. There is no 3, 6, and 9. Okay, when you divide something by 7. I'm going to get something to sip in the kitchen. I'm going to be back in a minute. If you have anything to ask me, I'm not sure where my other video is showing up. Oh, yes, there it is. Okay, I see Cynthia's here from this one. And let me put this one aside, make it a little smaller. I'm trying to watch like 3 screens at one time. Let me see. Okay, I got this done. And believe it or not, picture's coming up better on that screen. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to the kitchen and make some hot water. Okay, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna come here. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna show you around a little bit. I'm gonna explain to you the math equations that are artwork on the floor that come off of this. Look how flat it is. Look how flat life. But if you want to time travel, zoop, or if you want to slow down time, imagine you want to travel this distance. Look at that. Look at that. You can take this and bring it all the way to the top. I'm going to go around this 4 times to make this one distance, equaling to 1 semester passing. 4 years, we have 1 semester that passes. 3 times 28 is 84, which is 4 times 21. That's because our birth is in the house of Pluto. The greatest distance away where the vibration ends is within us. Pluto runs its element through Mercury at the heart. It also runs it through Earth and it runs it through Jupiter. And you can see over here that that 1 is also going to be apparent on that 3, to where it's also going to be apparent on that 5. ACE owns the 111. A and C, 1 and 3, that's the running of our cycles inside the E world. The double house, the E world, Venus, W. Venus is also for the V because the W is made up of 2 V's and it's expressed in the French language. In the English language, we say it's the W, and in Chaldean, W, V, and U equals to 6, 6, and 6. U, V, W equals to 66. You connect 6 to numbers 5 and 7. You give a dimension to it. You put 6 on the pedestal. You put 5 and 7 down there. 6 goes to both. Or is it both going into that? Irrelevant. It becomes the gold between the 2 silvers. Do you follow where I'm going? I can do the design. I'll show you the artwork. So now you have 5 here, 7 here, 5 here. You put 6 and 6 over it. And then over that, when 6 and 6 come together, equaling to 12, what actually happens, 6 and 6 is 12 equals to 3, is now the 8 is formed. The 8 gets formed from the 6 and 6, leaving it in a dimension. I'm going to show you that artwork. I'm going to show you what we finished before, which was the 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. I have 2 different systems running here. 3 times the 12 cycles, so you have a yard. You need 10 times that 12 cycle. Give me a minute. I need to take some water. I'm just breathing for 1 minute, just taking a 2-minute breath, just a 2-minute breath. Let me open the door, it's a little warm in here. So I'm going to show you the floor. Just give me a minute. I don't know if I can show it on this camera, but I'm going to take my other camera, which is here, right? Whoa, I dropped something on the floor. You can see it's here, right? But I can't put it on this screen. I don't know if you're going to want to watch this and come see the floor from this camera. So I'm going to show you where the cat and the dog show up. And I've done this over here. You can see the happy and sad faces over here, depending which way you're looking at it, right? I have to reestablish what this was. I forget what I did here. I'm not very happy about it, right? what I did over here, right? Over here, you see the octagon? The octagon, once it establishes its area space, it's going to connect this area here with this area here. Hold on a second. Am I upside down? No. So, where am I? Oh, yeah, here. So what happens is this row, here's the row, right? Follow that. All this is only the red area, 1 through 36. All we need is 18. Now we take that and we invert it, right? And then we come down here. See the way the Y is pushing here? See the way the X goes to both sides? But what happens is it creates this formation over here. First time we have the Y. And here's the, I wonder if I did that correctly. Yes, yes, yes. So if you notice, this is going here and this is going here because I flipped it over. So here I create this image over here, and here I create this. When you come down here, right, over here is 66. Over here is 15 and 15. Over here is 24, 24, 33, 33. On the dice cube, 33 opposite 44. 24 opposite 53. 15 opposite 26, we have to talk about this. And then 66. When you repeat it, this is what it does. See, there's the house of Kaaba, right over there. The total there is 111 connecting 14, 111 connecting 23. A, B, C, D connected on both ends. 14 is AD, and down here it's BC, before the Christ, after the death, in the Y and in the X chromosome. The male and the female. 49. The fourth finger and the ninth finger are the same finger. It's the marriage finger, bringing birth into this world through marriage, or Mars, into the blue planet. So over here you can see everything that's going on. And here's the ring, an upper ring and a lower ring. The numbers inside of here are 26, 29, 28, and 31. On the lower side, it's 8, 11, 10, and 13. Here's the main circuitry. Here's where it fits. Upper and lower, 17 and 20. It's under the QT. I think we should make a prayer. For the ability to choose, that our Creator gave us the ability to choose, the ability to think and make wise decisions, like our Father is the child, from the teacher to the knowledge cometh from the Father. What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? Texts and books, written, rewritten, and written, always trusting whoever made the scratch, whoever made the griff. How many people were alive 2,000 years ago on this planet? How many people were in the courtyards when the clue hung upon the cube, the cross? How many people were there? What was going on during the time? What was the news? How was the news getting out? What are the changes between the zodiac signs or talking about the stars? What was the name of this planet? Was it not called the stop sign? Because for an English guy that's been to synagogue, that heard Eretz Israel, and I think of it as a tree, right? And I look it up. But arrête, in French, I'm from Quebec. I'm bringing time forward for when God delivered me the message. And for me, it says the stop house. When you say stop, you see red. It's a stop sign. It's the octagon. When you create an octagon, when you create two zeros together, right? Two of them. You're going to eliminate sides in those designs by connecting two octagons together. Octagon, the 15th letter for O, although, right, the octagon is 8. Why did we start with a letter that starts with 6? 15, AE. Mars, 51, the quarter house of Mars, 15 seconds out of 60. 4 times 15, 4 by 90 is the 360. I need to understand my 360 degrees. I want to understand my hyperplane at 180 and all my 90s. I want to know in the minus minus house, or where in that house it says the letters M, I, and SUN, in the house of the negative sun. The negative sun tells me about the dark sun living at the 225 marker, 22.5, 225 degrees. 22.5 is half of what is 45, living in the house of the F6, O15, 1 and 5, 6, to what is X, 24, 2 and 4, 6, to where the X divides the gate in creation, the reverse alphabet of 24 is C. Noted that the heart of the alphabet is both N and M, and forget about the letters. It's 13.5 is the meeting point between the two. 13 and the 5, if you're playing the game of pool, it's the orange ball. Orange is made up of red and yellow to make orange. Red, 27, yellow, 92, or about 9 and 2, 11, red, 27, 2 and 7, 9, 9, 11, bringing both the A and the I world together. 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 9, 9, 9 and 9. When you create it, it creates an X with a 1, and you never count the 9 except for the total. But when you get into the next house, A and I, right, which is now 9, 11, right? In one of the houses, I'm going to try and see if I can show this. I don't know where anybody's watching me, right? I got to see if I can show this. I might not be able to show it on both screens, right? I got to see what I'm going to do here, right? Maybe I can just hold this like that. Okay, let me write it out, then I'll show it on both cameras. Oi, I'm going to lose my head. Pens, pencils, oh my God, everything goes so quick. Seriously, if you can help the channel out, oh my God. Let me breathe, I'm going to breathe fire. I'm going to breathe fire. Somebody mentions one word, all of a sudden we got a whole story. And I didn't get back to 1 and 5, reverse 2 and 6. Remember what I said? 51 is Mars, right? 51 is Puck. Puck is cold. Cold is where the Kuiper belt is, where our 9th birth in Pluto happened. The Puck is blue. Hockey has 3 periods. It's 3 times 120 equals to 360, and not 4 times 90 to equal to 360. That when I spoke 2 minutes ago, I mentioned that W and D come together 27, to where X and C come together 27. So since they split between 3 and 4, let's say Earth and Mars coming together in Uranus connection, right? Since they split over there, what is the reverse split? Well, the reverse split is X and W. X and W, okay, equals to 47. Time beast, right? And it's a reduction from 57, 35 and 12. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7. So do you remember where we were? Okay, so now nobody's left on that video. That's okay. So where am I going to go? What was I talking about? Let me just focus. Okay. Yeah, no one's commenting. Would love to have people talk, but that's okay. That's okay. Doesn't slow me down. Let me think of what I was thinking about. Just give me a second over here. Oh boy, 47, 74, the center house. Oh yes, 911. Okay, so we're gonna do this here. I should just be able to push 911, right? Let me just go on and let's do a bit on 911. So since there's nobody on the other channel, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flick this camera over here, put it in front of me, right? I'm gonna go warm up that water in a second. Let's stay here all night. Keep me up all night. Keep me up to the AM. Keep me up to the AM. A and M, the design of the M. If I say, oh shit, damn, means I like you. The M letter is of 3 worlds of 10. 10 times 10 times 10 equals to 1,000. The letter M is 1,000 in Roman numerals. ORMAN. 28 and 33, 61. Could be the church. It could be the reverse of the cube of 1 and 6. And there are more stories to be told. The ape or monkey comes in. The ape or monkey that comes in has a value of 10, and it associates both the AD worlds and the BC worlds. After the death before the Christ, 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, or 40 equals to 10. It becomes 8 and 10 because when you play the game of 21, the dice cube has 21 dots. You get 1.5 times the value, bringing 2 worlds together. Birth 9 into this world of 6. 6, 6. You don't come into one world, you come into multiple worlds. Remember, in this world we are separated 616 into this world. Give me the extra point in all the worlds. Going through the uprights, consisting of 3 points. When you don't go for the touchdown, the 6 and 1, birth on that day, you go for the connection. And you take the pigskin and you kick it through the uprights. You score 3 points. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. But when you kick the extra point, it's 1 over to 2 over to 3, 4 over to 5 over to 6, 7 over to 8 over to 9. But all we have to say is M. The M letter in a design is 4, 5, and 6. Where do I get this? All I see is the V. The V is the 22nd letter. The cube is 21 dots. The V is the 22nd letter. The reverse of the 22nd letter is the E5. Fox 45. When you say the V letter, you're also saying to the French, life, for example. The IE used together in a word, I before E except after C, E before I except after this, and all the rules and regulations from the language we speak in English or in French, the verbs and the adverbs, être and avoir. It's always être, 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 être. 8, 8, 8, 3, 8, 3. Ape, 10. Creation of 10, 100%. Reduced into the 9 birth, born on the 6th day. Why are we not more? Why are we less than more? How can you be more of something else of what you are? The prayer continues to be that I am no more me. That if God should say, where am I? Then God would answer, here I am. Gates of the Omega Divide, 7, 6, 4. The gateway has been separated at the 5th gate of Jupiter. 57, 75, 17 by 351 Mars. 17, Q, reverse of Q in the alphabet of the 26 letters, of the 26 cubes that go around one of 3 cubed of Rubik's Cube. The Beta Gates, B and G, 27, when a big red sun. I live in the belly of the Creator. Who am I? How do I choose? Who has the rules and the regulations when I already know? The basic of all the commandments is, hey man, don't cheat me. What does it mean to cheat? How much should we pay? What is the value of our work? Should there be a level of pay for everybody? And how are we so different that some have no patience at all to do something that they actually like? And sometimes they say, how can you have no patience for something that you like? Because a lot of us now have what they call the disorder. They added in the words DIS. That DI or the IDS, okay, is the disorder between the receptors, okay, between the spirit, the soul, and the motherboard, what we were taught upon us from the parents we were born to. One of your parents are right here. It's in paradise. When you die, here it is. Here's a die. We have 2 dies when we play, or do we have 3 dies? If we have 3 dies, we play a game called Sick Bow with 3 dice. And all the combination have odds, and they tell stories within those. Whatever you roll with 3 dice up to 18, 3 to 18, do you notice that? You have 1 dice, you can dice 1. But if you have 2 dice, you can no longer dice 1. So that means what happens to 1? 1 is out the door. The only time you can get 1 again is when you roll 10. And you have 2 dice. So beta, B is 1 now in this situation, because you can't have 1, because you have to work with the combination of 2 dice. So if you're playing the Monopoly game, you can never get the first Mediterranean property, the earth terrain, the matter and energy back to the orange ball in pool, which is the 13 and the 5 ball, the M and the E letter, the N and the V letter, like Nevada, like matter and energy, like Earth and Mars. Also, what is 3, 5, and 4, 5? What is the energy? What is the sun? That's also connected to the moon, whether it's bringing in negative or positive AC or DC, right? You notice that AC or DC? Right? Because B is not with Father. B is a split. There's nothing in it. The 7th gate is within the void, so that means it's within us. So it's AC, right, and DC. Inside, let me show you this ABCD so you'll understand it. So let me get my hot water and show you the ABCD, right? Oh my God. This is what I wanted to show you before. See the 4 here and this 1 line here? Right? That's 3 lines. That's 6. Here's your 6 and 9 right over here. Right? You see your 6 and 9 over here? I don't think I have to put this camera over here so I can hopefully get what I'm showing down here also. Right? So you can see there's only 3. Now there's a 4th one that locks in the top with the bottom. If you notice, these 4 will be going around 1 pole this way, 4 going around pole equaling to 6, right? Now a pole shoves through it, locking it in, changing what was free moving in 6 by 60 is now locked in by the 8. So does that mean we worked into the worlds of 3 because we locked this in? Over here, it used to be 6. 6 by 60 is 360. Now it's 3 by 8. That is monkey. We brought in the mirror worlds. When that comes in, the queen comes in. It locks up at what is 3 and 7 in your creation at the gateway to what is the spirit of birth. Is that an alternative birth, 1 and 9? And I was going to show you, right, also how I brought 1 and 9 together, AI, how AI comes together in numbers. Just let me see. I have to just fix this camera up here, right? I'm not really sure. I just want to see also. I had the phone, and I had this plug here. I wanted that's plugged there, and I want to plug my phone here. You know, I really used to like the house phone, but I don't like the digital. I really don't. I don't like the digital. So let me see. My phone is still working. Where am I? I'm just checking to see if everything's working here. Okay, here it is. Yeah, okay, it seems like everything's working. I'm going to get my hot water in the kitchen, right? You want to take a look, and you can see when I was painting that up there, you know, you close your eyes, you can sort of see like images like coming out. So you just, you know, follow the image. And I was following the lines of, I went to, you know, the orange restaurant here. It's called Harvey's. They have an orange sign. I think they use cereal in their hamburgers or something. But, anyways, um, you know, I started designing things like hamburgers, and it was telling me, you know, when you create the letter I, and I remember in school it says do that and do that. So I did that. And do you know that? And you're going to have to remind me, just remind me what I was going to talk about before I left. But when they teach you on how to do artwork in school, they say make a straight line and make a line. Well, the minute you do this, right? Now, I'm not sure what the angle of that is, but if you do it properly, that'll be two circles coming together, like this and like this. So on the letter I, or on a lot of the letters, they're showing you circles, right, that are coming together, crossing over each other, giving dimension. So anyways, we spoke about how the alphabet splits between 13 and the 14th letter at 13.5, where it creates what is the letters M and E. I don't know if it's Mars, Mercury, or Earth. 13 and 5, I know I have that as 18, creates the R, which is what they say the number to man is 66618, right? That's your birth, the one spirit in the heavens. Why 6, 6, and 6? Why 6, 6, and 6? The 66, the gateway to where the sixth life comes into the eight heavens. 8 and 6 is divided at the gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 8 and 6. If you play on 8 and 6, which is the house planet, you get paid 7 to 6, meaning if you put down 6 chips, you'll receive back 6 times 1, 6. 6 and 1, you'll get back 1 chip, right? And 1/6 of a chip for every dollar that you put up. And you'll end up with 7 chips back. 7 and 6 is 13. Also, 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals the 42, and 13 equals the 55. 42 minus 13 is 29. You live in the IT system. 99. 99, or the ninth area, is where one area sits in the 5th position, surrounded by 8. A, E, and I, which is the pole that runs up in rotation of 3 and 3. And that will be the jack, so that the pole will end up being the one-eyed king, equaling to 7 eyes, to where the jack has 6 eyes and the queen has 8 eyes. And for the queen, you have to stop. It becomes red, and it becomes red October. October 4th is like April 1st. April 1st, the 91st day, except in the leap year, it's the 92nd day, in which February becomes that 29th day, becomes the 60th day. When you landed between 4 and 6, or between 4 and 5 and 5 and 6, I still didn't mention 9/11. Don't let me get lost with what I'm doing. Because it's not that I'm guessing any of this, but this is the story from, you know, deck of cards, set of dice, Rubik's Cube, the alphabet, hockey, baseball, football, soccer. How long is the game? Does the game go into 10 innings? You know, if the game of baseball only goes into 9 innings, we have a problem. Because in French, 9 innings are 4.5 people. 4.5 is 1/2 of what an angle is, and we're born in the minus system, into the dark sun. Take a look at your minus. Take a look, put a plant, put a thing around it, and we're born at the 225 mark. Well, that 225 mark from this side is actually 135 from this side, saying ace. SUN also says ace when the numbers are reduced in a Pythagorean single-digit count into the house of cent, not 10 cent, not the mirror house, into the house of cent. Remove the penny, you now bring into the E world and the mirror world. It's now what is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, numeric value for 2160 miles to what is 3467 kilometers, the diameter of the 5G moon, or being to or coming to be. In where 4 and 6 gets 1 candle in the center, letting 4 become 5 and letting 6 become 7. And the candles for Hanukkah, right, in the Magen David, is that 6, which is the center of Rubik's Cube, controlling all 6 sides of the cube, where there are 3 reverse sides. There's 1 pole of 4, okay? There's 1 ring of 4, and there's the 2 to the pole, and the dividing gate between the 2, the matching here, 7 on the dice, to the 4 around here, or 14 and 7. 14 to the ring side, 7 to the pole side, but you only get to see what's on top. You only get to see 5 of 6. Just like with A, B, C, D, 4, you're only going to see these 3, or you're going to see these 3. But it started with these 4. These 4 equal 10. This one equals 6. This one equals 9 is 15. The difference is 1.5. We're inside the E world. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, where everything crosses over and gets back to where 5 is, to where your 3, your 4, and your 6 and your 7, right? Your 3 and your 4, your Earth and your Mars, okay? Your creation, okay? And your gateway 7, okay? Your birth with 6 and 7, what you put up in life, and coming in with the spirit, that touchdown, right? With the extra point. To what is in the mirror world, okay, into the heavens birth, 8 and 9, right, and 11, 8 and 9 and 11 and 12. 8 and 9, don't count to 8 and 9 and 11 and 12. When you get to 11 and 12, it's 2 and 3, so you have 8, 9, and 2 and 3 coming back together. Where do we get this? When you pay in Canada and go to the store and they tell you it's 11 cents, you pay 10 cents. When they tell you it's 12 cents, you pay 10 cents. So now what happens, okay, let me write this down. I don't even know if I have it in the right book. Okay, when you pay 10 cents, it's going to be 8 and 9 cents, 11 and 12 cents. And I still didn't show you 9/11 yet, right? And you're also going to have, when you're paying the 5 cents, right? You're going to have the 3 and the 4 cents and the 6 and the 7 cents, right? See if I have it over here, right? Okay, so let me see where I have it. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try and get my other camera, right? If I can focus my other camera here, so I can get almost the same view. Okay, good. So where is that? Yeah, over here. So when you have to pay 10 cents, right? You get 8, 9, and this will be 1 and 1 is 2, and 1 and 2 is 3. So you'll get 2, 3 over here. So this one's going to connect through number 3 over here. 8 and 9, 17, 8, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 5, 6, 7, 13, and 4. 17, 20, 25, 22 and 25, 47 coming together. Time comes together. How did I do this? Count. 8 and 9 and 1 and 2 and 3. We're going to keep it low. We're going to recount. 6 and 8 is 14. We're sorry, we have 23 coming together here. I'm not using the big numbers. If I use the big numbers, I got 27, 37, 38, 48, 49. I have 50 or 5. If I count here all the numbers, I have 10, 20, 25. 25, well, if I count the 25, 35, 25, 23, 33, and 17 is 50 and 25. One is double the other. This one over here, okay, is the 1, the A, and the E coming together, where 1 puts itself into this world here, into the middle. We were talking about this, the 6, 7, and 8. That's where it came from, right? The 6, 7, and 8 over here is where you have the hexagon. That's all we need. The queen over here, the last line, connects what is the jack, right? The jack and the queen. The queen connects jack and king for the number of eyes that they have. Also to note that you have, 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8. 10, 10, 10. 4, 3, 2 is our vibration. There's 1,440 minutes in a day. Times 3 equals to 432. All the creation is times 3. So do you understand the 5-10 theory? And then there's artwork that goes along with that. And the artwork would be, let me see if I can get this done here. Let me give myself a little light. 1, 2, this will be 3. This will be, okay, 3 here, here, here. Then it, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this will be 8, 9, And just give me a second. 8, 9, 1, 2, and this is going to be 3. And then it's going to do this. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 7 over here goes together. So when you connect these, what happens is 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, 365, 47 days over here. 365, 47. And then what you have is 8 and 9. And then over here you have 2. So you have 1, 2, 8, 9. Now 1289 goes together. Now, if you want to see a more direct reality of that, right, I'm going to show you another direct reality of that. I'm going to go down to, and I'm going to go from the center here to the center here to the center here, the center here, and to the center here. Okay, and then I'm going to start up over here. Three 65, 47, 47, the beast of time in the house of bait. And then this one over here is 1289. And that's when they took the penny off the market. We were talking again about 13 and 5. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to show you 9/11. I'm going to the kitchen. Be back in a minute. I want to see what's been written down over here. I'm just, I can't see what was written. Okay. Jupiter, disease, not at ease. Right. Not at ease, disease. DIS, 9 and 19. Two worlds coming together. Two worlds coming together. Or possibly even the mirror worlds, the something to do. Maybe that's why we have 3 worlds. And the what there is there's one area that separates. Now the question is, what is the 0 area, right? What is the 0 area? That's the big question, right? And I'm not sure if the 0 area will show up here or the 0 area shows up that you have to use a corner or maybe an empty space. Where is that 0 area? Is it the controller key over here? I always thought that the number 6, which is the 15th letter, right? 1 and 5 is 6. The O is the 15th letter. And I thought that the O, because it's a circle, it ends up in an empty space, right? Well, it's just all in one. But anyways, I'm taking 2 minutes to go get some hot water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. Well, I think it's still hot. I am going to I bought this tea a while ago, and I was with a friend of mine, or another friend of mine, or the other friend of mine, or the other friend of mine. Where'd they all go? Where'd everybody go? I guess I ran away by choice. Right? I must have made a choice. And you know, every time you go somewhere, everybody's asking, where are you going? How do people think? How do we think? I have to use I just put a big mutton of honey in, you know. Yeah, it's a yeah. So you know, I'm going to take this little break right now. Seriously, if you can help out the channel, you know, I've had a thank you very much. I have to send out to one or two, but you know, I'm hindered by it, and yet this is everything. Without what I'm doing, like this place we are, is I would be selfish, right? I feel I would be selfish, right? If I couldn't share what I saw. I know it makes a difference to some, not all. I know my methods are not what most are used to. But people that do science, how do the people that do science, right? How does anybody learn? At what point did somebody learn something new? Oh my God, that's so good. The sign also, right? The sign also, I'm going to see if I can. So we also see this in the sign, right? That's also in the sign. So this is also going to tell another story, right? It's going to be another story in here because you see a singular one, but just like Rubik's Cube, before we even say anything about Rubik's Cube, I don't have the spindle. I don't know what happened to it, okay? The center of Rubik's Cube, right, has a 6 spindle. It's connected to 6. The center of Rubik's Cube is connected to 6. But the connection itself uses an area space. It is a universal joint. It is a total of 7. It is 7 and 12, connecting the heart of Rubik's Cube, in which spins in 3 different directions, the same design as NASA. The same numeric value that when 3 and 4, Earth and Mars, or DC red for Republic, for Earth and Mars, toward the 7th gate also within its numbers, not only does 777 equate to 21, the numerics on the cube, but it multiplies to 343, which is CDC, where 3 times 4, forget about that, where 1 times 3 AC, well, what will create 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will equal to 3 and 4, will now create what is AC to CDDC. Now, if it's 1 and 3, remember 1 and 3 is what runs the cycle of 3 years and 1 year. To where earlier on we spoke about Saturn's value, and 10, 13, 13, 13 is 39, 31, 31, 31 is 93. Three times 4, 3 plus 4. Is this number over here? AIJ, A and I, 1 and 9 equals to J. The minus equals to 5. The 12, 1 and 2 is 3. It's now 12 and 7 comes together. 7 and 1, 7 and 2, 7 and 3. The multiplication and addition in this number will equate to a new number. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. it will create what is 5 played into the E world, the 7th gate. EGGE. 19 AI bringing 2 worlds together. Let me show you how this sets up. I can show you on the calculator. I can show you on the dice cube. I can show you in games. I can show you the analytics. I don't always remember, but most often or not, then I'd say a 90% chance that I'll find it again because I know where everything is just about. Mazaroth. Zar is for king. OR is for the gold. TH is for the time, having 28. Not the 29. You see the 28, right? Times 2 equals to 56. The word 2, okay, the word 3 equals to 56. So we have 2 times 28 equals 56 equals to the word 3. Wolf, is also 56. And the funny thing about the wolf is it wanted to blow the pig's house down. Now, where there were 3 pigs, 1, 1, 1. It just so happens that the center of the roulette board, or 36 numbers, is 111, where you connect 16 over to 21, and you connect 18 over to 19 and 17 over to 20. And that's going to equal to 111. This is where AD and BC come in. AD and BC is where the 14th letter is AD, right? And the 15th letter is BC, number 23. And to note that in French, when it comes to 7, 8, and 9, we might see things a little bit different. Because in French, they say 17, 18, 19. So telling me that when you get to the second level of 8, it is found at 17. 1 and 7 equals to 8. When you want the next level of 9, right, you're going to go 18. And now you're going to go 8 and 1 equals to 9. And now if you want the next level in the mirror world, okay, of what is 1, well, you're going to go 1 times 9. You're going to go 10 and 9 equals to 19. 1 and 9 equals to 10. So you're going to go back to 10 again through the S letter. Just let me write that down just 1 second. So this is what happens, okay? So I have to wait for it to come up on my next screen. Well, what happened to my hold on a second. I lost my, okay. Lost my, okay, yeah, right here. So, yeah, what happens is okay, here it is. Okay, I lost it. I think I moved my camera out of the way. 1 second. Okay. So over here, right, is 28 times 2. The single cycle is 28. The word man is 28. N and N is 28. 13 and 15, M and O and mother is 28. And L and P is 28. Which is 3 and 7. That's the creation at the gate. 3 and 7 just inside of this. So what happens here is 10 and 9, 10 and 8, 10 and 7 equals to these numbers. What I did is 1 times 9, 1 plus 9. equals to 10 equals to 1, or minus equals to 1. Then over here, what happened is 1 and 8, right? Here equals to 9. 1 times 8 equals to 8. B and this, 10 minus 8 is 2. We have B. But 9 and 8 is 17. I reduce to C. My 17, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. This one equals to 8. This one equals to 9. This one equals to 1 or 10. In this one over here, what happens? This one over here, which was 1C in ABE, in ABC, when it multiplies and adds, it equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6, right? But I'm going to go down to 15, right? I am, just give me a second. I'm not sure if I made a mistake. I want to see why I wrote it that way. Yeah, there's something else hidden inside of this. This should have been 6, and this should have been D. It should have been ACD. It should be ACD. I would have liked it to be the other one, but it's ACD. To bring them all back to the level. I just want to see if I did that right. Let me see if I did that right. -1. They all become A. In reality, to their own numbers, they all become A. All right, this goes to 15, right? So when it goes to 15, that's another story. 17 is 10 with, right, 7. But when it goes to 15, it's no longer 10 with 7. The best I can do, okay, is 9 and 6 equals to 15, or 7 and 8 equals to 15. And we're going to try and remember this, that when you play the game of tennis, we work with 15 points all the time. Do you understand? We always use 15, 15, and then 10. Our 10 is this connection, right? Maybe I should just show you on here, right? Our 10 are 1 and 9, 10, and 7 and 3, 10, and 6 and 4, 10. That's 30. Or what about our 7 and 3, 10, our 9 and 1, 10, our 8 and 2, 10? That's another 30. It's a different kind. But what about our 8 and 2, 10, our 6 and 4, 10, our 7 and 3, 10? That's another 10. What about our 8 and 2, 10, our 4 and 6, 10, our 9 and 1, 10? That's another 10. And when I did them all, I didn't touch 5. That'll equal to 20. So I just say 20, or T. It's going to be connecting all our 10s together. But 25 is Y, so T and Y come together. That when you say that, right, you're going to create, instead of just the 4 stars, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this, what it is. I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to see if you can, let me get this out of the way for a second. So we can see over here, right, is we use one of these for the plus. We use the multiplication. But this multiplication, okay, can happen in a single area space. But in order to cover it over the star, I have to create 4 times that element, in which is going to encompass 4 areas. The single area that has been encompassed will look like an O, or the 15th letter, encompassing it with the 24th letter. 4 by 15 equals to the 60. 4 by the 24 equals to 96 and 60. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 66 coming together. Here's a 4 range. So anyways, let it be that here's the plus, plus this. Here's the plus, plus this. Here's these 2 areas here. Here's the X plus the straight line across. The X with the line going up and down. I connect my 30, 30, 30, 30. I don't count the 5 in any one of them. If I want to use 15, the letter O, I might be counting 3 of these. If I want to talk about 10, maybe I'm just talking about 2 of these, leaving out the center 5 and the center 5. Each one of these are 30. The total of a star here, okay, this total star is 40. It's 40 plus 20. going over that center area over here. The reality to the star base is over here. It's 1 through 9 equals to 45, but you never use that. You use different combinations, giving you more than the value at hand. So I want to do the 911 configuration. I'm just going to I know we can see from the camera, if you were looking with the camera, right? I can show you this on my other channel because I'm leaning the camera down. Otherwise, I'm going to hold it up. And then we get the 2 and 7, right? I did this so far. 1 and 8, 2 and 7. So then what we're going to do is 2 and 7. And remember, each one of these are mathematical equations. And try to figure this out. 1 and 8 mathematically meet each other. And so do 2 and 7. And so do 3 and 6. And so do 4 and 5. And here's your cycle of 9. Your 1 and 8, 9. Your 2 and 7, 9. Your 4 and 5, 9. Your 3 and 6, 9. But I didn't even touch the 9. Didn't touch the 9. No, didn't do it. Whoop, hold on a second. I'm going to do that, and then I am going to do that. And then I'm going to do, I love color pencils, but I only like these Castle. I like the good pencils, you know. Yeah, call me picky, eh? Call me picky. You know, picky for life. Want to get out the message, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So here's the way it's gonna look. So you can see I connected 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, and 4 and 5. Mathematically, they create this. Here, it's going to equal 27 red, 29 black. Penis and the female sex organ here and here. She is over here. He is over here. He comes out at number 77. Fox 45 or 666 equivalents to this. When you get 666, 333 come together with this, right? To complete the area space. And the reverse is 888 on 2 cubes. 17, 23, 27, 29. We moved 17. Here the movement over here is 6. Here the movement is 4. Here the movement is 2. We went down by 2 on each one. The Venus house, the 9. Now we're going to show to you the 11. And the 11, I wish I can show it to you. Let me show you this 11. We're going to be 2 and 9, 11. And then we're going to be 3 and 8, 11. And then we're going to be 4 and 7, 11. And then we're going to be 5 and 6. Okay, and I'm gonna connect these numbers now. That's what it does. At the same time, it does this. And what happens when you connect the 9? It creates the same scenario. 9, 11 connect the same scenario. In 1, you didn't use the 1 and 1. For 11, the 1 was not used. The 9 was not used. So we're going to dot the unused area because we did use 1 and 1. We did use 1 and 1. I'm out here on my second. I'm also showing this from my iPad. I'm taking a 2-minute break, going into the kitchen for a minute. I'm going to come back. So this is how AI comes together. This is how the AI comes together. 29, what is 29? What is 38? Where can it be found? The only time we come into the game is at 47. That's the only time we come into the gate. The beast, Jesus, energy. The 7 months of 31 days were the AC passage. And if you look up orphan roulette, you will see they barred off 5775. And we're going to, again, back about an hour ago, we talked about the number 15 and 62. They are the reverse cube of 6 and 8. Fox headquarters. The reverse of Fox is the headquarters, and the in-between area space to that is 777. 343 CDC between the red and the blue ends up into the purple house. They wear the crown of the yellow soul of that dog. When they ate the cat and they ate the dog, all you have to do is exactly that. Look at the number 8. That's what we're talking about. Number 8. 8 dog, 8 cat. 8 dog, because otherwise, if you didn't say it that way, you would say 6 dog and sick cat. But we're not talking about the sick dog and the sick cat. Also, at the same time, you're at the pound. I'm just trying to think. So anytime you say pound, you have to look for number 9, because the pound key is what separates the 9 numbers into 1 and 3 in that cycle. So if you look up orphan roulette, you're going to see an area of 3 numbers and 5 numbers. And the totals will be 5775. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit more. And I just want to tell somebody who's watching me directly on the bigger post on YouTube. Yeah, this is whatever in the picture. I'm not sure who saw whatever. So I got a lot of things that are always popping up like this here. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to get this in the kitchen. Going to be back in a minute. Give me 1 minute. Oy, oy, oy. I'm not putting these on this time, but what do they look like? What about the knees? Give me just 1 second. And we use that system of 9, right? For any number, just any number. We're just gonna, I mean, if you tell me 3, 6, 4, 9, 6, 5, I'm just gonna keep, connecting them together. Should I continue all the way down the 36 number system and put things together a different way? Well, I like to bring it out to a basis, meaning, let me just see if I can show you this. First of all, I said I was going to show you something else. We did the 9/11, right? I showed you the 11. Over here, just give me a second. On the 11, we had 11. We have 18. We went up to 3. We have 24. Right? Went up to 4. We had 28. I moved 6. I moved 4. I moved 2. 6, 4, 2. 6, 4, 2. Same movement. At the same time, if you go 3 times 1, what is that answer? Anybody want to write that answer? 3 times 1 is 3. The difference between 1 and 3 is 2. 3 times 8, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. The difference between 6 and 8 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Difference between 2 and 6 is 4. 3 times 7, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Difference between 3 and 7 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. They're equal. The only ones reflect themselves. If I want to change these around, I'll multiply it by 4. 4 by 3, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 4 by 6, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. Take them apart and put them back together. 3 and 4 in the house of DC. Writing inside INR, the split alphabet, 360 degrees. The male organ, the 7th gate. Through the moon, the cycle, the period at the end of every single sentence. That when you don't have 9 periods, right, or the 10th period, you know you have the child on the way. So the whole game changes. You have creation, right, into the 6th life. From the sun, this is where the female fits in. 54 is the female genital. 54, 1 times 4, comes in through the sun. But it's the fox pass. To be discussed, the IT system, right? On day 29, we connect that balance of the IT system, right, to finish fabricating, right, inside the womb. The childbirth finishing after continuing on from a different element, right? That there's a different element entering the child on day 92. I'm going to explain that in a minute. 20 and 9. The female organ. What was I going to say? I'm just trying to remember something. 4 times 1 1/4. Remember that 1 1/4. 5 times 5 times 5 to equal to 5. It's 20% off of 4. I mentioned earlier that when we use the heart or 5 position, it is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 equals to 25. And that's the letter Y. To where 2, 4, 6, and 8, right, equals to 20. And that's the letter, right? The 20th letter is T. So when you put on to the end of a word, T and Y, there's a possibility that you are also adding in the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which brings the 2 worlds together through 1 and 9, through the 3 and 7, which is creation at the gateway, into the E world. The 1 and 3, and which is our cycle. And also I'm going to just show you right now on this piece over here. Hold on, where was I going to get this from? Oh, yes. Orphan roulette. So you heard what I said, right? So I go ahead for orphan roulette. And then I'm going to see if I can move this. Now, I wanted to, instead of giving you that one, I'm going to go to images, right? And you can see, just do it yourself, right? Right, you see all that, the racetrack, etc., right? You see the space here and the space there. Let's see if I can get you something clear. One side, you're adding up. Okay, not sure if you can see it. One side, you're adding up. 17, 34, and 6, right? 1776 over here. 3 numbers equals 57. The average is 19, bringing 2 worlds together. Here, you end up at 9, 31, 40, and 14. And 20. 74. And 1, 75. 57, 75 divided by 3 is 25. 19 DNA, 25 Jack. Hook up, 44 space, teen, dividing the night and the day into thirds, 5 numbers and 3 numbers is 28. So there's 28 and 1 green. It's 29. And on the 29th day, after I take a 2-minute break or a 1-minute break, after the 29th day, 29th day, 29th, T and H. In the time heaven, on the 91st day, on the 273rd day, on the 364th day, 91, 91, 91, 91. Give me 1 minute. They're 2 years old. Are they still good? What are we going to talk about next? Give me a second. I talked about the minus house over here. 135 degrees, 225 degrees. When you talk about this here, the area space, I don't know if you want to call it the bow tie, if you want to call it the front of the train, right? Where the train takes two sides of the track, right? You can maybe want to call this the track. This would be the center of the track. IS, when you say any word that IS, your birth, bringing together the 9/11 worlds, the house of Beit, Aleph Beit Gimel. To know we're coming in through 5G through the moon. It's also 5G TV, 5775. I said I was going to into the negative world, right? CDA, the one side to the other side, right? Here's that angle. This is not that angle. If we want to use this angle, we might be using the 216 angle, which is right over here. Or the 234 angle, which is over here. That's Earth's vibration, 432. 234 and 666, right? Brings us up to the 90-degree angle. Right, but it doesn't bring us up to the right number because 234 would bring me up to 290. And that 290 would be somewhere over here. 270 degrees would be here, and I'd be 20 degrees in. So we're going to get back into number 29. I spoke about it. I'm going to speak about it again, but also when you get into any number, it doesn't matter what number, but especially 1 and 2, that is not in this world. They're not of this element here. 1 and 2 are from, especially 1. 1 is from the altar element. 2 is half in and half out. When you have 1 and 2, you create 3, right? Your 3, 1 and 2 coming together is only your base creation, right? It's a base creation, but nothing starts in the mirror creation until we have 4 and 10. Right, and the 4 and 10, you know, right over here. I don't know, no more dice, no more dice. I lost my pair of dice. Wow, that's crazy, right? Lost my pair of dice. So I'm just going to show you one. Can't do that. Got to show you two. Oklahoma. I think it's called Altered Images. Altered Images tattoos. Just had to mention that. Paradise. These dice, right, show you that when you first enter into your creation, it's right here. The payout is 9 to 5, where 5, the E-world, plays a role in your 9 birth. Your number 29 is the month of February. April 1st is the 91st day, but in a leap year, it's the 92nd day. When you add up 1 to 13, it equals to 91, which means you've completed a suit. Into your creation, you complete one suit, you complete the father's suit. And now they work on the rest of the suits. The rest of the suits, it goes 91, 91, 91. But since it's a birth, it becomes 92, 92, 92. 276 plus 1. Is that what it is? 276 plus 1, the 277th day of communication. The 200, the one before is JC, like in Jesus. Yes, right? And then you have October 4th would be that 277th day, not in the leap year, 278th day in the leap year. Now the question is, are we going to be on the 6th side or on the 8th side on the 277th day, right? Before and after the G, the 7th gate, or the 7th gate in the T world, in Gematria. So what happens is September, which sounds like 7, but in the 9th month, the 273rd day, or the 3rd spirit, is on the 30th, giving it 9 and 3 for Saturn, 3 and 9 for Angel. And 74, the 274th day. Okay, sorry, the 274th day is now the 30th, which is the Beast, which is the house of Bait, which is the cat's divided house. So we finished day number 273. We now finish it on September 29th, 929, the IT system of the sun, the divided sun. The third suit of 91 equals to 273. We now completed 3 suits. The last one and the completion of the 10 moon, or the mirror. Now we work on to the last 2 plus 1 moons after we get to this time, and it completes 3 parts. The thing is, the diamond world, the diamond card has 2 times its value, and the value of 2 times 91 is 182. 182 or 184, whichever one you want to use. And the reason for that is whether we're using the leap year or not. No, we're just going to use it as it is. It's 182. So in the house of Bait, Raish is born. 18, 18th letter R, 82 into the cycle of man, 21 into creation. 2 and 1 coming together, all the combinations that come with this. The other thing I wanted to mention before we end the video is what happens with 5 and 2. Sorry, not what happens with 5 and 2. What happens with 1 and 5. Okay, what happens with 1 and 5 is there's an 8 and 4 void, right? 12 and 6. And the reverse of that is 2 and 6, and where there's a 7 and a 3 void equaling to 10, equaling to 8. So what we get, this is what we get. And I'm trying to still understand it a little bit deeper. I didn't do the full multiplication, and I probably should. This will equal to 44. 8 to 44, 32, taking 20 and 44. Just give me a second. And this is going to equal to 5 and 6, right? And then this one's going to equal to, oh no, that's going to equal to 30 and 11, okay. This is going to be 12 and 8. It's going to be 21 and 10. So the cube is going to come in at 37. The cube comes in over here. Sorry, the mirror world enters over here. When we get the 10 over here, 7 plus 3 equals to 10. 6 and 2 equals to 8, where 5 and 1 equals to 6. These two are the reverse of each other. What is this? If these, right, if this and this from this equation is the reverse, what does it make this? You know that 3 and 4 are the reverse of each other to what is the king of the 7th gate, right? To the altar world. This is where Pluto comes in. The queen, the game, the card. The creation of Rubik's Cube, number 31 is Rubik's Cube. It's going to continue and revert back to 37. Every time you get a 0, add 6. So every time you get a 0, add 6. If you add 9, you come back to the same number again. Add 6. This over here, what it is 6. 1 and 2 is 3, 8, and then 10, it becomes 1. Your separation of everything is your 13, 31. 13, 31, 13 equals 57. 31, 13, 31 is 75. And now we went over to where we were on the roulette wheel, and you saw there was 57, 75. Which has 75,075 moons, which 7 times 5, 7 plus 5 equals 35, and 12 equals to 47, where 3 and 5 is 8, and 1 and 2 is 3, equaling to monkey. And the cube of 10. The cube of 10, where the faces all equate to 10, to where we spoke earlier, right? When we bring in the stars, let me see where that star is. I'm very unhappy that I have 3 books open, but so we have the stars. We have 30, 60, 90, 120, 160. Here's a 40 star, right? So all the stars are 30, except this one is 40. Now you have to note that when you go bowling, we get all turkeys. So we have to understand how the 3 come together. We also have to understand that when you bowl, it's only the first 2 balls. Each ball is the first ball for a strike. So I'll call father the strike, I'll call mother the spare. Half of what father is, only from one world. Can we do it that way? Coming into the 98th minute, I'm getting a little bit tired. I know there's a bunch of things I didn't talk about. If there'd be more participation, perhaps I would stay a little bit longer. I can always come back again. I do want to show you that here's another piece on 9/11. See the way we don't count the 9? There is no 11, but we add it up to 9, right? See the crisscrossing? Creates your 9/11. So I'm just getting a little mixed up. I've been all over the place, a little bit tired. Maybe give me one more minute. Maybe I'll catch my breath. I'm going to boil some water. Come on, participate. Participate, more important than anything. I just want to go see where the cat is. Where are you, Mr. Cat? You sleeping? Yeah? Before I look for anything to say, I just want to go, my children, into the field. Remember what your father has taught you. Remember what your mother has taught you in the house. Who are we to stand up and do things and believe what others say? Were you here 2,000 years ago? No. How many people know the story of something that happened in a little field with 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people that can barely read or write, and everybody telling a different story? They're even chattering it over today from 2,000 years ago. From 2,000 years ago. 512 being the memory card. So I take up my, 512, 512 GB. How many GBs do you want? They can't, they don't, they do not. Or do they? Hide it, or do they put it right in front of you? So clear that we just take it as for granted. But how did this machine evolve? How did things evolve over time? How did God remember? How does the Lord have a personal connection with all of us? That how can you not when we all live in the same tank? We all live in the same tank. And to get back to what is 92, you call April 1st April Fool's Day. It is the 4th month of the first day, says Home King. The 4 and the 10 are reverse cubes, either in 6 and 4, reverse 1 and 3. Noted that 1 and 3, 13 is also what creates the numeric value reaching up to what is 19. To what connects to the moon, 3 by 19 equals to 57. What's inverted to equal to what is 51 Mars. April 1st, April Fool's Day, the day of the fish and the bird, 33 and 42, 66, the fish and the bird. Hot and cold, 34, 43, how ironic. To score 1 run, you must pass 3+2 area. You leave home, you run 3 bases, you come back home. A, B, C, D, and E, home again. Unless you count first base, second base, third base. What do I count home plate as? Do I not leave from home plate? So 1 and 5, right? I'm at the plate, I run to first, I get to second, I go to third, I come home. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 again. What does it negate? Does it negate? Do I ever get to do this, or should I do this? Home plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use that system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. But we're going to only go to third base. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. We're only going to third base from home, first, second, and third. But when we score and we have to call home again, we now take away home and we add on 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 14. Could it be true that pi is 3.141592? Leaving the alpha world and coming into the E worlds, where 1 lives inside E and your 14 is your home. It's also your 14 because your home is right here. 2 cubes, no matter what you roll, it's always going to be 28. We will count. 2 on one side. We want to count together. 7 and 12 is 19. And 7 is 26. And 2 is 28. Now, if I shake them up and do this again, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to hold the dice like this, right? But I have to open my eyes because I don't know what it is. And I'm going to look at the dice, right? And I know right away, okay, that the 1 and the 6 on the white dice is up and down. And I know that the 2 and the 5 on the red dice, 1 and 6, 2 and 5. And I know the 1, 3, 4, 6 is on the red dice. And I know the 5, 3, 4, 2 is on the white dice. And I know they're both 14 and 14, 28. Cycle of the moon. 28, 28, 28, 84. 3 moons have passed. We now have a basic cycle. We mirror the cycle. We get another 28 days. 4 moons starts the mirror cycle. There's either 3 sets of 4 moons or 4 sets of 3 moons. So what do you think about that 512? Also, 51 is Mars. 52 is Earth. The 25th letter is Y. The 15th letter is O. It's yo, yo, yo. The Y has 3 points, or 3 areas, points. I like to say 3 by 120, 360. The O is a circle. I give it 4 areas, okay, as wide as it is high. And 4 by 9 is 360. I know 1 and 2 is my base creation. 3 opposite 11 on the cube. I know that the 5 is missing 4. I know that the 1 is missing 8. 4 and 8, 8 and 4. Right? Divided area space between night and day, 120 degrees. Call it the hockey puck. Let me do that to you again. Explain it. Finding the cycle of the moon in the dice cube numerically. Well, it is what that is, right? And then you have the 7 days of the week cycling around the 28 days of 2 dice cubes, right? Because it's to die for. So then you get back to the 512, and you have the voided area space with the 1, right? The voided area space with the 1 and 8. And then you have the voided area space of the 2 and 7. So you have 8 and 7 bringing you that gateway through 1 and 2, right? In the voided area, 8 and 7 coming together, the king and the queen. Now you get the 4 area through the 5. So you have the 4 area through this 5. So let me see if we can do this together. 1, 2, and 5. Boy. No, 1, 2, and 5 does not match. So automatically we know, because the 2 and the 5 are opposite, that your meeting point is going to be here, your 5, 1, 2. So your gold will, let's say, be up here to where your 2 and your 5 are on the outside. I can't connect them together. So we did get number 19. So we're connecting 2 systems through this. Not because 5 and 1 and 2 is 8. Because the 5, 1, 2 is 8. I'm just trying to remember something. So it's the, let me write this down. The 512 is going to be the 265. That's going to be 13, and this is going to be 8. At the same time, it becomes 4, 8, 7. 15 is going to be 19. Okay. So it's going to be the S and the H and the M coming together in the base of this scenario. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So 512 H, right? What's left over inside of this is 4, 8, and 7, right? Also inside left over from this is 3, 4, and 6. I didn't mention that. 3, 4 is 7, and 6 is 13. Oh, I didn't get that. What this is it brought each one to number 7 to understand the 7th gate. And then this one over here is the void, what is missing on a flat surface. These two fit together. These two fit together, and these two fit together, equaling to 19, bringing two worlds together. This is the heavens, right? Now, I don't know exactly what that means. It just brings two worlds together because 9/11 comes together. And this one over here says it brings four worlds together. 8 is 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. We don't use all of them. Remember the way I said the 8-pointed star, we only use 6, 6, 6, 6, which is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And also to note that if you add up these numbers, right, 58, 74, and 90, or 62, 74, and 86, or 66, 74, and 82, which is all 2, 2, 2s equaling each. And the last one you can add up is 70, 74, and 78. And they're all going to equal to 222. Different systems of 666 that come out into the star. Where are we with this? So did you follow what I said? What's coming out of here? We get number 33 out of this. We get 77 out of this. We get 66, 22, 11. What else do you want to know? We get 666 out of this. We get 156 faces out of Rubik's Cube. Noted that there are 26 cubes of 6 faces. Noted that the 156, the 26 times 21 equals to 546. Born into the sun, 46 of Zion, Israel, 65 or 95. That's what I didn't speak about, is that when I have the 1, 5, let me see where I'm putting this in my book already. I have no idea. There's still a few things I haven't spoken about, right? Didn't speak about that. All right. If you notice, this one falls into binary code. This one falls into binary code. Well, take a look at this one. This is hopscotch in binary code. 471471. This one, no, this one's a little bit different. You see in this one over here, the hopscotch, this one is 248752124. Right? 248752124. Repeats again. Repeats over here. Sorry, over here at 128. 128, 256, 512. GB, House of Bait, the memory, USB, plug me in. In this one over here, it's only 3, 6, and 9. In this one over here, it's 471, 471, 471, 471. Right? This is the power of the beast. In this one over here, it's 5, 7, 8, 4. Let me mark that down. I didn't get that down. Let me see that. 5, 7, 8, 4, 4, 11, 2, 11, 13, 14, 19, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 5, 14. 14 is 5. 12 and 8 is 25 is 7. So when we do this last one over here, we get 5, 7, 8. So 7. Okay, so what's happening over here? If you take a look, we have 7, 5, 1, 2, right? And we go over here, we have 7, 5, 1, 2. So what happens here, 2 to the power of 4, meets up right over here. Actually, it meets up here with 7, 5, but here you can show 7, 5, 1, 2. So the power ends up over here. So the cycle in the power ends up over here, starting off with the gateway and entering into the moon, the electric moon. Here it's 471, 471, 471. We're running the cycles out of this one. 256, 512 is an in-between cycle. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4. Between the gates of Saturn, right? 45, the sun gates, or the passage between Saturn and Mars, somewhere through Jupiter. The ice wall might be where Pluto is on this planet. Then when we have 6 power, it becomes 699, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Here in 7, it becomes 741, 741. So 7 is now going to match up with this one here. 9 and 6 is 15, and 4 is 19. 19 and 9 is 28, equals to 1, right? So we have 741, 741, 15, and 6, 21. Wait a second, that's not the... So I'm going to have to end this in a minute. My computer's starting to bug on me. So here we have 8, 1, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 13, 19, 1, 8, 1. Let me mark this down here. I got so much more to do. 8, 1, 8, 15, and 4 is 19, is 1, 5, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 5, 5, 8 is 13, and 13 is 26, is 8. 6, 2, 6 is 10, and 9 is 19, is 1. And then we have 8, and 16 is 24, 26, 8. So check this out. When we get to the 8th house, right, it becomes 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1. Venus, 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 Venus. Raish, born into the house of 666, born into the house of Bait. And then this one over here, it's obvious that it's always going to be 9, 9, and 9. This one is very special. 9 to the power of 6. Divided sun house right over here, right? If you want to look into the bookends, 729, 9 to the power of 3, right? So we have 9, 9, and then 14, then 9, 18, and then 11, and 11 and 7 is 18, and 14 and 13 is 14 and 13, right? It's 27, and that's 9, and this is 999. So we can see what's happening in all the houses, right? I'm showing myself this video is going to be ending any minute. The math is absolutely perfect, okay, for the stories that it tells. You tell me, if we want to bring the world together, can we bring it together with the truth for the understanding that we can more or less show our stories, prove where our stories come from, show what game it comes from, show where it's reflecting and what's happening in these games, and see that the truth lies there and that we just have to stop. The suffering will only continue if you keep your arms in the air. They're coming after you anyways, regardless. And if it's not you, don't forget, this is a book. Everything I say is in the book. Nothing has any bearing on anything outside of life other than in the book and the truth that this book speaks. How do we stop? How do we stop? I don't buy anything for nothing. I need nothing. But I love food. I think food is amazing. I think friends and music is amazing. I think it's amazing to learn. And what do I need? I need pens. I need books. I need my internet. I need my house above me. I need food in my belly. I still need it. We all do. Thank God I have some good people that are around me part of the time. Although they're completely against most of everything, that's okay. The major ones are. To all those good people out there that are aiding and helping and supporting, whether you're supporting the truth, the knowledge of what you know because you put your hands onto it and you absolutely know. Not because A, B, C, D said so. You stood here, you saw it, you know the truth. We're going to end it right now. Peace and love, Raphael. Give a shout out, share my channel, download it. You want to send me some pens, pencils, buy me a coffee, whatever you can do. But peace and love. I have another comment on this other channel. Oh no, that was an hour ago. But we're shutting this down now. Thank you for watching. I'm ending the stream on YouTube over here because I put it on the other channel. And now I'm ending the screen here. If there's anybody that wants to say anything, go ahead. I'm listening. If you want to know about nails, nails are also clue. Clue is also noted to be 333. They nailed JC to the cross 74. So the nail and the clue is in 333. All reflects 666, which reflects 111. 111 is the heart of 360 degrees of your creation, meeting at the 111 point. If you have any books or scriptures that talk about numbers, and they're telling stories that are because of my father had 6 toes. Is there any other meaning to this? Or because 6 people were left in the house. There's a reason why 6 people were left in the house, and the Lord is transparent in every single way. Peace and love, okay? And remember, organic goes along with many words. We have our own organic reality, and it vibrates within us, and we need to get back that good vibration where all that worry of things that we shouldn't worry, other than getting up in the morning and not looking at how many restrictions we have before we go into the garden, because we're going to begin to learn from each other. We won't have to be so minuscule. There are so many regulations that came out of there. We're all trying to watch every single cent, and we can't share. There's so many laws that have backed us up from doing the right thing, that we're doing the wrong thing by listening because of stupidity. We don't know better. We're just the children of the Creator. We've been manipulated. And just to know that the GOV is also GOD in numerology. Peace and love. Thank you for watching this video.